Hey, Stella. I'm okay, and you? Hey, Jessica. Sorry, Jessica, you were second. Hey, Hamburger Eyes. Hey, Nessa. Hey, Mark. Brooke. Yorkie. Potted Plant. Rainbow. Aaron. True Story. Miss Holly. Summer. Veiled. TM. Hand out candy? Nah, no plans on handing out candy now. Not gonna hand out candy. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Luna. Hey, Solo. Hi, Roxanne. Hey, Ethan. Yeah, it's night here. It's about 8:15 in the evening here. Riley, what was for supper? Hot dogs. Hey, Anunnaki. Hey, Tizzy. Hey, Juice. The move? Ugh. I don't want to talk about the move. Nope. Didn't order out. Just fried up some hot dogs. And she made some lemonade. Do Canadians consider Americans foreigners? I mean, when you visit Canada, yes, you are foreigners in Canada. Luna, I don't want to talk about that shit either. Yeah, hot dogs aren't really my favorite thing either. Hey, Glasgow. Hey, Nay. Hey, Booty. Well, no, they're just hot dogs. They're just wieners. Hey, MG. Not sure whether they were beef or pork dogs. No idea. Fair enough, Jenna. Hey, Mia. No updates. I still need to find a doctor, and I haven't been putting in the effort on that because I'm terrible about putting in effort for things that are on my own behalf. You ever snacking as a kid? I don't know, just candy, I guess. Kit Kats. Plan B? No. I mean, I barely have a plan A. The Halloween burger, I don't know that I've ever heard of a Halloween burger, and it's fresh lemonade, water, lemon, sugar. Just good. Eh. Anxious, I think, is sort of just my general state of being. So, AM, no, but the closing date is the 21st, so I wouldn't expect to hear back earlier than like the 22nd. Hey, Diego. I don't think she's here yet. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, we'll see, Ethan. It's the gout. Hey, ugly monster. Hey, cat voice. What do I normally eat? Garbage. Hey, Paneer. Hey, Fernanda. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not really like. I don't really feel like talking about the move. It's just sort of, eh. And obviously, I don't really feel like talking about the drama. Yeah, I don't really care, Jazak. Hey, yeah. Hey, Tanea. Pumpkin seeds? No, not really. I don't really like pumpkin seeds. Hey, Sandra. Glad you could catch one. I am. Last time I went outside. I was outside last night to take some garbage out. Like anime? Uh, in theory, but I haven't really I haven't really watched much. Hey, bloomers. Like I've watched very little anime. Glasgow, no, nowhere near enough. I make like $300 a month off YouTube. 3, 4, $500 a month. So don't want to get married someday. I don't really care about marriage. Hey, Killface. Hey, Rico. Thoughts on fan service in anime? Um, I mean, it depends on the context. I do think that there is a weird amount of fan service involving underage girls. I've tried to get into anime and I just can't. I mean, anime it's just animation. Like it's just animation made in Japan. The Tale of Kiddo Kato. Cool. That does sound interesting, cats. Hey, Janet. GTA 5? Nah, GTA is not my type of game. The sex anime? The sex anime is called hentai. Manga? Manga is just comics. Manga is comics. Specifically ones made in Japan, but it's manga just means comics. Comic books. Red Dead Redemption. Again, it's just not my type of game. That's good. I mean, yes, I've considered it. Library job hunt. It's not going. I suspect that's probably what's pretty much going to happen. Sneeze fetish. Yep. No, Elaine, I'm not. I will be taking my posters with me. Hey, Buttsmack. I've watched Let's Plays of, I watched a Let's Play of both the first and second Red Dead. And, I mean, yeah. Cool stories and everything, but gray, but without the R. Rika, yeah. My thoughts on the Spawn comics? I never read them. I never read any Spawn stuff. I mean, yeah. Credit to him. McFarlane came up with pretty, pretty damn famous concept. Hey, Harlem. Hey, Sunny D. Hey, Ghoul. So yeah, I mean, that's story is terrible. Favorite Disney villain? Go with Ursula. Ursula's great. Hey, Stanlin. School is boring? Yes, school is very boring. Jenna? Yeah, pretty much. Scar? Scar's good. Scar's got a great villain song. Kingdom Hearts? Never played any Kingdom Hearts stuff. Don't know that I'd want to get into Kingdom Hearts just because it seems just like a lot. Kingdom Hearts just seems like a lot. Favorite comic book writer? I mean, there's plenty that I really like. Really like Kelly Sue DeConnick. Okay. Bye, Luna. I have boxes AM. I like Kieran Gillen. Uh, I like G. Willow Wilson. There you go. I don't know if she still makes them, actually. And Janet? I don't know. Jazak? No, I haven't been. I haven't read any. I haven't read any new Marvel comics in over a year and a half, maybe. Not since I canceled. I haven't read any new Marvel stuff since I canceled my Marvel Unlimited when I started my Disney boycott. I mean, disagree. There were still plenty of Marvel comics that like. There were still plenty of comics coming out of Marvel that I was thoroughly enjoying. Um, the X-Men franchise is in a pretty good place. Hey, Bubbles. X-Men. Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't a fan of House of X, Powers of X. Jessica. Yeah, just. I posted a video about it yesterday. I posted a video about it yesterday, Jessica. Yeah, so I wasn't a fan of House of X, Powers of X. I really did not like the retcon of for what they did with Moira. Just did not like the Moira retcon. I thought it was stupid and shitty and worsened a whole lot of stories that came before. So I hated that retcon, but I do really like the idea of Krakoa as a mutant nation, and I like that it was set up to become. Hey, Nancy. Like I like that they are like really exploring making a mutant culture. Chris Claremont. I like Chris Claremont's legendary run on the X-Men from 1975 to 1991. I like that 16-year run he did. His subsequent returns, like everything I read by Claremont after 1991, or almost everything, I did kind of like X. Oh, what was it? Shit. I'm blanking. It was the one with Kitty and Karma living in Chicago. Give me a second. Mechanics. I did enjoy that Mechanics mini. I thought that was pretty good. Tolkien. I mean, I like Lord. I like Lord of the Rings. So I actually did kind of like Mechanics, but the vast majority of what I've read of Claremont after he left the X-Men in '91 has not impressed me. His returns to Uncanny X-Men. Hey, Lambo. His Oh, absolutely, legendary run. But and I kind of wish that it had been allowed to that he just left it where it was and not tried to come back to it over and over. Hated Extreme X-Men. Uh, X-Men Forever was absolute garbage. Like X-Men Forever, that mini that Claremont did was, or those comics that Claremont did for X-Men Forever, horrible comics, terrible. X-Men The End, terrible comic, terrible series. Hey, Lixie. Except for X-Men the MCU. Yeah, I don't really care one way or the other. I won't be watching it. Hi, West Coast lass. Trainspotting is a film I watched once about 15 years ago and still think about it often. Yeah, I think it's one of those movies, one of those types of movies. Hey, Marcia. The Southern States. That they are gerrymandered all to hell, which makes them, which puts them in a shitty position. Flop Era, thank you for the super chat. I'm not talking about that shit. Yeah, I've got nothing. I have nothing against the people of those states. My issue is that the states are gerrymandered in a way that really just fucks over a lot of the people in those states. Never watched Requiem for a Dream. Sandman up my alley. I mean, probably. Uh, Husband from Boston, he said that we were actually Latin. I mean, you're not wrong, Bubbles. Like I've heard about Boston, or no, Philadelphia is the city I was thinking of. Bubbles. The way I've heard it is people in the South are friendlier. Excuse me. Jenna, that's sort of what I was about to get to. Like I've seen people like talk about that. And like people in New York aren't friendly, but they will help you. Like they're busy, like they've got shit to do. But if they see somebody needing help, they'll step in and help and then just move the fuck on because they got shit to do. Meanwhile, in the South, everyone's very friendly because there's a lot fewer people. Hardly, Icky. No, Nancy. And again, like this is just what I've heard people talking about. I mean, I've seen people who live in New York talk about the fact that they have seen people just step up, do whatever needs to be done, and just move the fuck on. They don't stop and chat, but they get the shit done and move on because they got shit to do. There's 8 million people living in New York City. I mean, not intentionally. Like again, Icky, there's 8 million people living there. It's a busy place. But again, I have seen so many people who have lived in New York talk about the Californians help? Probably not. I would guess probably not. I mean, that's definitely a big part of why they are not as friendly as smaller places. It's not that they're not. It's not that they're rude. It's that there's just it's 8 million people, but you know they see someone needing help, they'll still step in and help. It only seems like rudeness, but the reality is like it's just they gotta do like they got lives to live. They can't stop and chat with every fucking person they come across. Emotional, because that's what the statistics say. That's what the census says, is that there's 8 million people living in New York City. My feelings about the protests around. Uh, I hope that things do go well. My thoughts on Chicago. It honestly seems like a lovely city. Um, One of the people I follow on Twitter is C. Spike Trotman, the owner of Iron Circus Comics, and she lives in Chicago, and she talks pretty regularly about how much she loves the city. Hardly, Aaron. I think Cincinnati and Cleveland, I think, are both. I believe Cincinnati and Cleveland are both much higher murder rates than Chicago. No one ever wants to talk about that. Crime isn't actually that bad in the U.S. There might have been a slight uptick, but still, Detroit is bad. Detroit is still fairly bad, and Baltimore, I think, is still pretty bad. Sorry, just give me a second here. Yeah, New Orleans actually has the highest murder rate in the U.S. Or hold on, let's see. I'm looking at an article from this year. Um, St. Louis. So the city that currently has the highest murder rate in the U.S. is St. Louis, followed by Baltimore, and then Birmingham, Alabama, Detroit in number 4, Dayton, Ohio, as number 5, Baton Rouge at number 6, New Orleans 7, Kansas City, Missouri at number 8, Memphis at number 9, Cleveland at number 10. Yeah, Chicago all the way at 28th. So as of this year, Chicago is 28th highest murder rate in the United States. So there's a lot of cities that are much, much deadlier. But Republicans do love to focus on murder capital of Canada. I'm gonna guess Toronto. Regina? Are you fucking kidding? Regina? Regina is the highest murder rate in Canada. How the hell? What's that mean? For the U.S. murder rate, it's actually CBS News. For the U.S., like for the cities with the highest murder rate, is I was looking at a CBS News article from back in February. Makes sense, Aquarius. Zomphy! Hi, this is the new Leaf Mud. Oh, hi, Zomphy. Thank you for the super chat. For Canada, I'm looking at Statista. Statista.com. Regina, Saskatchewan, followed by Thunder Bay, and then Winnipeg. Sudbury, Edmonton, Brantford. Hamilton only comes in at 9th. Toronto only comes in at 8th or 18th. Regina, it's over in Saskatchewan. It's like, seriously, fucking Saskatchewan? Of all the places. Dude, no, Cornwall fell off the list a while ago. Cornwall actually was on the list when I was a kid. Like Canada, like when I was a kid, Cornwall was legitimately the murder capital of Canada. Now, looks like Canada actually still has a higher than average crime rate. Quick look, and Cornwall actually does still have a crime rate that's higher than the national average, quite a bit higher than the national average. Like it's actually a pretty Cornwall is a very crime-ridden city. Part of that is just because it is conveniently located for smuggling. Like there's a lot of smuggling that goes through Canada, goes through Cornwall. Organized, not so sure about organized crime, but a lot of smuggling. Most dangerous city in the world, I believe Tijuana. Yep. Tijuana is currently considered the most dangerous city in the world. Smuggling what? Drugs, cigarettes. I think mostly just drugs and cigarettes. Hey, Shiara. Freedom, not all of them are. And a fair number of them are in Republican governed states. Yeah, there's a lot of Montreal. Montreal, I think, was on the list, but not too high up on the list. Aaron? Pass. You're not wrong, Icky. There's a lot of smugglers and pirates in Somalia. Yeah, Goodfellas was organized crime. Don't have a trench coat anymore, dude. Yeah, she's in her room, Pamela. Alternately, she's with your mom. Mini golf? Pass. Honestly, for me, like first dates, just like go out, coffee shop. Hey, cherries and berries. Hey, Brie. Free to call a house. Jenna? I mean, a lot of it's reading. Like, a lot of it does come from reading. You'd be surprised how much just random shit you can find just reading like a comic book or reading a novel or playing a video game. Like, you'd be surprised how much random shit you can pick up just from the media you consume. And then obviously, like, there's bits that I pick up. Like, I'll see an interesting article and browse through it or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Daily Mail. Daily Mail is one of the worst websites for actual news. Daily Mail is just a tabloid. Best website for news? I don't know. CBC. I would say go with like someone like CBC, or if you prefer Canada, go with like CTV. Or no, CTV I think is also Canadian. CBS, I meant. Yeah, like CBS is generally going to be. NPR is good. Al Jazeera actually is pretty good. Hey, Stella. France 24. There you go. Yeah, I don't really watch the news anymore, Bubbles. It's been a long time since I've actually Like, it's been a long time since I've paid genuine attention to the news. No flop era, I do not. Kanye's Twitter. Believe it or not, Jenna, that's actually part of why I would argue that CBC is one of the better news sources out there. They don't have to worry about ratings. Like, the reason that the news is so focused on fear is because fear drives ratings. If it bleeds, it leads, because that gets attention. People will pay attention to that. For a company like a channel like CBC, because they get funded by the government, they actually don't need to give a shit about ratings one way or the other, which frees them to just be as boring as they want to be. Like, they can just feel it. They can just be like, yeah, we don't need to be exciting. We don't need to thrill people. We can just be calm and boring and factual. So yeah, CBC generally pretty okay. Well, not really, Bubble. Fear doesn't help protect, funnily enough. For example, have you heard any stories this year? Actually, I know. So, like, a story going around this year is that um, that people are lacing Halloween candy with fentanyl. Didn't hear about that, Donald. Seems like kind of an overreaction. I feel like, injuries do happen. It sucks. Injury, like, you gotta be careful. You gotta, like, whenever an injury happens, it's absolutely safe to, like, it's absolutely the right call to figure out if the person who did it, crossed a line. But injuries do still happen. There's no getting around it. So you don't bar a student, you don't bar a specific athlete for an accident. Yeah, exactly, Elaine. Every year, they're putting drugs in kids' candy. They're putting drugs in candy. They're putting drugs in kids' candy. They're putting razors in kids' candy. They're putting this in candy. They're putting that in candy. It's all bullshit. Every single year, every year, there's some news channels warning about, oh, you got to look at your kids' candy because they're putting drugs in it. Every year, it's bullshit. Every single year, it is a lie. The only time, like, the only recorded instances of that happening, the parents were the ones responsible. How do you get a concussion from volleyball? I mean, get hit in the head hard enough with anything. We teach our kids not to take candy from strangers, but then we take our kids trick or treating. So, fentanyl is a huge problem in Canada. Sure, fentanyl is definitely a problem in Canada. It's not the instant killer that people want to make it out to be. And the problem is, you know, people just abusing a painkiller. Uh, so yeah, like, every year there's media stories about drugs and kids' candy. It doesn't help anyone. That sort of fear mongering doesn't actually help anybody. There's no one is being protected by that shit. Astronaut. Gummy wheelchairs. No, you're not. You know how I know you're not doing that, astronaut? Because that shit is expensive. Nobody is giving that shit out for free. Especially not the fucking especially not the fucking 6-year-olds. What, they expect 6-year-olds to be spending to be getting $50 allowances to buy more candy? To buy more gummies? No. That shit doesn't fucking happen. $80, yeah. Kids aren't getting that much money in their allowances. Exactly, Gemma. It's a ridiculous idea on its face just because it's so expensive. THC laced nerd ropes going around 3 years ago. I would bet that wasn't happening, or if it was happening, it was people you know people who people who actually have the money for drugs, actually buying that shit. Nah situation. And I probably won't be doing any tour of the new house. AM, what percentage is packed? 0. Hey, roses. No, Gossip Girl. I very much do not agree with that. First of all, non-binary people are trans. They are part of the trans community, so West Coast laughs. Yeah, parents. The razor blades and drugs and candy, the only documented cases of that happening, it was family doing it. Literally, it's every single time. You can look it up. The only documented cases of blades or drugs or whatever being found in Halloween candy, it was a family member who put it there. A dad did it. Exactly. I think there might have been a case where an uncle might have did it. I think there might have been another case where it was an uncle who did it or something. But it's always family. It's always adult. It's always family members who do it. Scrappy, I will try. Exactly, cherries. Now who looks like a slimy hoarder? Yes, we still have plenty of boxes. We'll use what we need to and then throw out the rest. No, Victoria. We'll still be taking care of that stupid, ugly turd. I think we might have a couple of different bathrooms, Sunny. Oh, good night, Jessica. Keep moving. Yeah. Last time, I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember, but my memory is terrible. That's the thing to bear in mind. The fact that I don't remember doesn't mean much. It could have been a month ago and I would fucking forget. You know? So yeah, I don't remember. I think maybe 6 months or so. I think longer than it probably should have been. Get a kitten? Nah. I have enough cat. I'll have enough cats to deal with. I think the plan we do still want to take Casey to the vet before the move. That said, I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with her aside from old. Like, the only thing she's suffering from is age. That's the plan, Amy. I'm not going to show the new place. Thing in my room that I value the most? I don't know, probably my computer, my laptop, myself. Hey, Nasa Jen. Comfort meds. If it would shut her up, then that would be good. Like, if it would make her shut up and settle down, then yeah, comfort meds wouldn't be a bad idea. Ellen? Yeah. 10 days left? Yep. Yep, we do. Strawberry. I mean, she might be in a little bit of pain. She doesn't really. She doesn't seem. No, Nari. You're a fucking idiot, Nari. Vocalization could. She's maybe. I don't feel like. I don't feel like she. She doesn't really seem to be in too much pain or discomfort. She's whiny. She wants attention, and she wants treats. But yeah, she doesn't really seem to be in too much actual pain or discomfort. She's eating, drinking, and pooping, and she is. She's doing all those things, West Coast. She's doing all those things. She's fine. Probably has cat dementia. Entirely possible. It's entirely possible that she may actually have dementia. She gets actual food as well, situation. Like, she does get wet food twice a day. She gets dry food, and then she gets treats. Cat dementia isn't a thing? I don't know. When she stops wanting treats, that a good sign? Probably not. Yeah, she's fine. She's old, is like the only thing. Like I said, she's just old. And there's no treatment for old. I want treats when I get that old. Shake the temptations and you just roll out in your wheelchair. What will my life be like when I'm old? Shitty, probably. Exactly. She does love her cats very much. Yeah, trying to kill that cat off is my job. Been trying for years to kill that thing off. Got a fucking coyote and roadrunner relationship with that thing. Oh, absolutely, Shannon. I absolutely do get sick of eating out. 22. Oof. Yeah, I'm thinking Casey will probably hit 22. I'm thinking Kendall. I've never had a good relationship with my body. When I was younger, I felt grossly skinny. Now I feel grossly fat. 18-year-old cat. 18 is old, Jenna. Like 18 is an old age for a cat to live to. Um, Timbit hit like 16. Cat I grew up with, Furball, I think she hit 16. Other cat I grew up with, McTwo, I think he hit 17 or something. So 18 is old, for sure. Do exercises? Of course not. Still have a crockpot? Probably. Hey, Jody, I think we do. Or do we? I'm not sure. I don't know what we have. I think I know what's in the kitchen. I know AM. I know. What's for dinner? We had hot dogs for dinner. Packed the kitchen? No, we haven't packed the kitchen yet. We haven't packed anything yet. Situation. It's a house. It's a decent sized house, but it's not a mansion. It's just a solid middle class house. 10 days. I'm aware. Made them, Shannon. Yeah, we've been keeping up on the trash. Hey, Flame. Hey, Flamingo. My minimalist. I suppose sort of like just because I'm lazy. Yes, well, she likes to exaggerate, so pretty much, Sunny. I have to pack up my books and like throw shit in bags. Hey, Rara. Starbucks Mansion or Mountain? Of course not. Vegan? Of course not. I don't want to, Shannon. I kind of have to poop. I have to poop, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes. Really? Yeah, she has done a lot of cleaning in the kitchen. A lot of kitchen cleaning has been done. Sorry, Devante, but I have to poop. I'm going to mute. Don't worry. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. Hi, Peter. So, on a totally different subject of Israel, Israel isn't like a country that I have any particularly strong feelings towards one way or the other, honestly. I have no idea situation. Hey, Strawberry. So yeah, on a totally different subject, I've started watching a Let's Play of Final Fantasy X2. And genuinely not sure if it makes me more or less interested in playing it myself. Yes, I washed my hands, Dijon. No, really, Shen. I mean X2 or 10-2. Final Fantasy 10-2. It's terrible. I mean, like, Phoenix destroyed Apocalypse, yet he's no mega mutant. Address it. Phoenix is a cosmic force. Cosmic force beats Omega level mutant. Yes, antibacterial hand washes. Yeah, like watching this Let's Play of X2, it's like it's weird. Like it's a really weird game. Yep, guess so. Situation. L. I hope not L. Devante? What's it about? Yeah. Basically whatever I feel like talking about. The relationship between Nightcrawler, Mystique, and Azazel. The relationship is that story fucking sucked. The Draco was a shitty ass fucking story that was absolute fucking garbage. One of the absolute worst X-Men stories of all time. Yes, Mystique is Nightcrawler's mother. Riley, I would go ahead and guess probably I wouldn't survive it. Like the new Werewolf movie. I've heard really good things about Werewolf by Night. Like I've heard really good things about it. So yeah, Nightcrawler's mother is Mystique. His father is a story that we will never talk about. Genuinely one of the worst stories in the history of the X-Men. What do you think about mutually assured destruction? I mean, it's kind of a scary idea. Yeah, Devante. Nightcrawler's mother is Mystique. Hot in Cleveland. Cool. Peter. Well, yeah, like the X-Men movies, there was a lot of queer allegory to those, especially the first, well, no, even the first three movies, but especially the first two movies, especially. Queer allegories were a big thing. Michelle, I mean, I'll be getting rid of most of my comic books just because they don't really mean much to me. And Mystique and Nightcrawler, they're both blue. I think that was like a big part of why they sort of went that way. They're both blue. Thus, Mystique. The original plan, funnily enough, the original plan, no, Destiny was not included in the movies because the movies, for all that they were queer allegories, really didn't want to have any actual queer content. At least not until New Mutants. Um, anyway, Yeah, so in the original comics, like Chris Claremont's original plan was for Mystique and Destiny to be Nightcrawler's parents, with Mystique taking on a male form to get Destiny pregnant. That was what Claremont had originally intended, but he was told no. He wasn't allowed to do it. Thus, instead, Mystique became Nightcrawler's mother. She-Hulk was disappointing. How do I feel about the new Wakanda Forever movie? Eh, I'm sure it'll be an entertaining movie. Namor looks pretty hot. Like the guy playing Namor, he looks like he's going to be really good. He looks like it'll be really good. Peter? Because the movies sucked. Yeah, situation. Yeah, he's going to be the villain or the antagonist. He's going to be based on the trailers, he's going to be the primary antagonist in Wakanda Forever. Very much based on Mesoamerican cultures, Aztecs and Mayans, which is very cool. Like, it's a really cool angle to take. Melancholia, never watched it. Shambhala, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen with them. Why is it problematic? Ally McBeal superhero series. So I've heard, Moonlake. That is a legal comedy. Yeah. Hey, have a heart. I'm not really interested in collaboration. Bracelet. It says the hummingbird simply must work harder in the rain. Grumpy? No, I'm not grumpy, Pixie. Yeah, I remember that as well. Situation. I didn't watch Ally McBeal, but I remember that being a big deal. Avatar 2? No, I don't give a shit about the Avatar movies. Hey, Rachel. I don't really think I want to reveal that information, actually, Michelle. L? Basically, yeah. That there's no secret to working through hard times. It just means you work that much harder. Favorite Miyazaki film? Spirited Away. Yeah, Spirited Away is my favorite Miyazaki film. Pretty sad that Iron Man died. Meh. Do I like Shia LaBeouf? No. Thoughts on the Monsters reboot? From what I've heard, it wasn't very good. Like, I've heard that it wasn't a particularly good movie. Boyfriend likes Yowie, but he's not gay. Sure, why not? Absolutely no reason why he can't still like it. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Shucks. I'm I'm an Aquarius, but I also consider astrology to be bullshit. I don't remember my last dream. Don't remember what it was about. Peanut butter falcon? No. Shia? Oh, did I say Shia? Oops. Because I know it's Shia. Oh, favorite Schwarzenegger movie? Um, T2, I guess. Terminator 2, I guess. Probably. What was that spy movie he did with yeah, what was that movie where he was a spy? True Lies. Yes. I liked True Lies as well. Oh, hi Chantal. Uh yeah, let's check if it is the real one. Chantal, if that's the real you, then call out. Big move? Meh. She might actually have already moved on. Nope. Of course we haven't packed. Locked from the outside. I don't know that our doors don't even lock. Do they? Yeah, our bedroom doors don't have locks. Produce not bills. I explained it in the video yesterday. You can go watch my video from yesterday. Yeah, our bedroom doors don't have locks. None of the doors in the house have locks. Psylocke? Psylocke's great. Like, she's a really good character. And I do like that they finally made her white again. That they split her. So we've got Betsy back to being white, and we've got the Asian body is Guanan. I do like that they tradwife. I'm like tradwife. No, don't Google it. A tradwife. It's a traditional wife, basically a stay-at-home, pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen. Betsy is Captain Britain. Yes, she is, and is currently is now the current Captain Britain. Recent comics, Captain or Betsy Braddock has become Captain Britain again. Silac or Domino. They're both great. Don't make me choose. Both of them are really fun. No, side sleeper. Laura, there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. It's just when you see alt-right people pushing that as like the ideal. Left early. Yeah, we'll get it done in time. We don't have a choice, so we'll get it done in time, even if it means staying up like all night beforehand. Exactly, Katie Ann. No, I don't want to be any kind of mom produce. I don't like kids. What I really think of Trump? That he is a genuinely terrible person. My view on Trump is that he is actually legitimately a bad person. Hey, Abby. Oh, welcome back, Bubbles. Laura? Yeah, probably. We might. I don't know. We'll see. No, we didn't, Darren. The only thing Donald Trump cares about is Donald Trump. Nothing else matters to him. Literally nothing else actually matters to him. Donald Trump's one only exclusive priority is Donald Trump. He cared about Twitter as a way for him to get attention. Like that's the only reason he cared about attention. He wants people to pay attention to him. Aaron? No, he didn't. AM, to a certain extent, I would think that a certain degree of narcissism is probably kind of required to run for office. To think that you're the best choice to run the country, there's probably still a little bit of narcissism. There's probably a little bit of narcissism required in that. But hey, J Dot. I have not PK. Nah, I'm okay, J Dot. I mean, it's not like Trump was in the lab, Flop. What I would argue, Flop, is that no matter who was in office back in 2020, money would have been getting thrown at finding a vaccine. Wouldn't matter who, like it, no matter who it was. Probably pretty much the same amount of money was going to be spent on finding a vaccine because it was like it was a no shit thing to do, you know. No, Freedom. I have not signed up for a YouTube handle. Of course, there would, shucks. No, still haven't gotten my booster. No, I'm not making her a mod. Jenna, you are not wrong. How would I rate Leprechaun 5 in the Hood? 10 out of 10. I've never watched it, but just based on the name, 10 out of 10. Yeah, Biden sucks. Okay. I am never going to be the guy who's like, no, Biden's a great president. No, Biden sucks. AM. I do kind of think that Biden's best chance is actually to step down, like to announce that he's not running for re-election. And I think that might actually, I think there might be indications of that. Hey, Piss and Vinegar, the prime minister, he's not great. Don't want Kamala. Yeah, Kamala's a cop, so I'm not a fan of her. Kinda Hyperion. Truss? I am surprised that Liz Truss is still in office. I know she's only been prime minister for like a month. I'm surprised that she's actually still prime minister. She's not going to be for long. Is not going to be prime minister for very long. Like, it's just, she's not. She's got, everybody hates her. Nobody likes Liz Truss. She's going to end up losing. Roxy or Maxine? Roxy. Go with Roxy. Roxy or Maxine? Roxy. Go with Roxy. Keir Starmer? Starmer, I don't really know much about. A lot of covert sexism in the press. Yeah, the UK press is horribly sexist, horribly misogynistic. You know what? The UK press is just horrible. Like, honestly, the UK press, from what I can gather, is fucking atrocious. So is the American press. Most of it, yes. Disagree, piss and vinegar. I disagree with that. Shit, yes, I do need to. I do still need to figure out who I want to vote for. My thoughts on casinos? Yeah, I don't really like going to casinos, but whatever. Corpse for the UK. I mean, not, like, she's going to have to. Like, she's got. There's no confidence in her, so I feel like it's not going to take long before she will have to call an election, which she will lose. Like, I think it's going to happen. Heard, because the British are weird. Yeah, I'm taking my bed with me, I think. I'm just not sure how much choice she's going to have. Rubber sheets. Anyway, I do need to look into again the candidates for mayor. Need to figure out which one I should vote for. Entirely possible, AM. They're just gonna, like, yeah, the Tories are just gonna go through their entire fucking. Someone will come in and 3 months later be replaced by the next one in line. Absolutely possible on for that. Michelle, my stance is that it indicates some degree of internalized transphobia or of, like, transphobic thinking. But generally, it's not a big deal. You know, like, the reality is trans people don't care if you don't want to date them. The bigger issue is people who try to make a big deal. The people who are genuinely transphobic are the people who make a big deal about not wanting to date trans people. Like, there's, yeah, I'm just not interested in dating a trans person. And there's, hell no, I would never date a trans person. The people who make a big deal out of it, they're fucking transphobes and they can fuck off. All right, Peter. No, I don't make snowmen. Hey, Kermit. Yes, I do still plan on it. Sunny T. I mean, honestly, like realistically, if a trans person asks you out, you just say, I don't. You just say like, yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry. Like that's fine. You just like you turn them down the same way you would turn down anyone else, and they'll move on because that's not a big fucking deal. Like it's really not a big deal. Hey, Eduardo. AM. It can AM. Hormones can make a person sterile or infertile or whatever, um, but not necessarily. Angela, no, he was living with a non-binary. He's living with a non-binary person. Hey, Michaela. They're not dating though. Well, yes, Bubbles. There are different contexts to how you turn down different people. Yes. Laura. Laura, it more commonly saves lives. Situation online. Just a blob. I don't know. AM 13 and 14-year-olds are very rarely actually put on hormones. What'll happen at 13, 14, they'll be on puberty blockers. 15 or 16 is when they'll usually start taking actual, when they'll actually switch to hormones, when they'll actually start taking hormones. And at that point, they've been living as, they've been living as their gender for a while. They have talked to therapists about it. Like they have put in the thought. So, just a blob. I would expect a straight man to react calmly, to not freak out. Certainly not to attack the person, the woman. Certainly wouldn't expect the guy to attack the woman. And if he did attack the woman, I would expect him to get punished to the full extent of the law, rather than getting a reduced sentence by claiming trans panic defense. She's a fucking woman, Blob. AM. The thing is, like, for them, it's not a decision, though. AM. Like, that's the thing you have to remember. For these kids, it's not a decision. It's they need to be who they are. They need to live the life that is right for them. So Fuck you, Laura. Fuck you. I do, Julia. Defund the police. Thing is, Frida, a big part of that is take a look at how society treats trans people right now. Like, there's a lot of, sure, icky, but this is something different. What does non-binary mean? It means they're not a guy, they're not a girl. They don't really feel like a man or a woman. Yeah, like trans people still, even post-transition trans people still have high suicide rates. Yeah, because society still treats them like shit. Like, there's just today, Republicans in the House put forward a bill that would effectively ban trans people from being teachers, essentially. Like, they put forward a bill that's like protecting kids from sexualization. And what it actually does is it means that you can't talk about being gay or being trans anywhere the kids are in. Like, they've basically banned discussion of being trans around kids. Like, which is essentially banning trans people from being teachers. Jenna, making them wait to be 18 for drugs, yes. Making them wait that long before they can get on drugs, absolutely wrong. No, Shasha. But yeah, like, there are so many, like, society still treats trans people like absolute fucking shit. So, right, Aki, but the thing is, like, that's basically saying trans people can't teach in elementary school. Like, that is effectively what the law would do, is make it illegal for a trans person to teach in an elementary school. Breast augmentation? Yeah, I'd probably make them wait until she's 18. Nope. The way the law is written, like, the way the law is written, it is basically designed as a ban on trans. It's written. It's basically meant to push them out of everything. Shit law. It's a shit bill, and I mean, it's indeed, Mark. Yep. Guy talking about, we got to protect the kids from all these perverts. And yeah, jerking off outside of preschool. Because that's just fucking, yeah, way to protect the kids, jackass. And I mean, like, there's just so many bills all across the country that are targeting trans people. I am opposed to female genital mutilation. Yes, Gish, they absolutely do. And the bill that the Republicans just introduced isn't going to go anywhere. But it's still sending a message. Like, they introduce these bills as a way of sending a message. It's a way of telling trans people, we don't want you existing in public. Like, that's what it is. They want to just, they absolutely, Republicans and the gender critical crowd. Glitching bad. Indeed, situation. All right, I'll. Okay, it's fine for some people. Okay, so for the people, it's straight now. Oh, okay. Oh, go away. Dang it. I hit a button and I'm not sure how to get it back down. There we go. Anyway. Thing is, fence me in. The bill that the Republicans put forward, the way it's phrased, a gay teacher wouldn't be able to have a photo of him and his husband on his desk. You know, like that's like the way it's written. That would be outlawed. You know, a gay teacher can't have a photo of him and his husband on his desk. He can't talk about his husband. Lesbian teacher can't talk about her wife. Uh, if a trans mask teacher gets pregnant, he can't talk about the fact that he's going to be stepping away to have a kid, which is a thing that just recently came up. There was there's a recent controversy. Teacher, a trans man teacher, got pregnant, told his students that he was going to be away to have the kid, gave a very, very, very simplistic explanation of the situation. Oh, they thought I was a girl, but I was a man. They thought I was a girl, but I was a boy. Like, just telling the kids, this is why I won't be teaching you soon. And yeah, now people are trying to harass that teacher. Well, fine, Laura. Then you were a selfish little brat. But a lot of kids do ask about their, plenty of kids do ask about their parents or their teachers' families and shit. Yeah, it happens all the time. But regardless, it's just an example. And I mean, like, it's just there's piss and vinegar. I think they were like 5. I think they might have been 5. And the fact is, 5-year-olds can understand. You know what it is? When I was born, my grown-ups thought I think the phrasing is like, my grown-ups thought I was a boy, or my grown-ups thought I was a girl, but as I grew up, it turned out I was a girl, or I was a boy. Yeah, my grown-ups thought I was a girl. It turns out I was a boy. Like, very, very simple. Like, not at all. And like, the kids understood. The kids understood, and they were fine with it because kids will accept shit. Kids are willing to accept shit because that is what their whole existence is. Except again, though, Dixon, the kids have a right to know why their teacher is going to be leaving. The kids want to know. The kids are going to want to know, hey, teacher, why are you leaving? Hey, what happened to what happened to our old teacher? They're going to want to know. 5-year-olds don't care. You'd be surprised, Bubbles. Like, honestly, you'd be surprised at how much kids are willing to understand, how much kids are able to understand. Like back in the day, and even today, people are like, well, how am I going to explain homosexuality to my kids? How am I going to explain gay marriage to my kids? Some boys like to kiss. Some boys like to marry other boys. Some girls like to marry other girls. Okay, run along and play. Like, they fucking get, like, it's not fucking rocket science. People try to make it seem complicated because because what they want is to teach their kids to hate that shit. Like, that's the thing. Kids try, like, people want to make all this shit complicated because what they want is to teach their kids to hate that shit. But if you actually just explain it, kids will be fine with it. They don't care. Some girls like to kiss other girls. Okay. There, you've explained lesbians. In 3 fucking seconds. I'm uncomfortable with kids. I am not comfortable around kids. Why not, Icky? What, like, oh yeah, because kids don't have gay parents these days, Icky? Fuck you, you idiot. But, like, there are kids who have gay parents. You know that, right, Icky? You know that's a thing. That there are children who grow up with gay parents. You're aware of that, right? Fuck you, Laura. Don't want your kids. Well, then I guess you keep them away from 90% of kids' books and cartoons out there as well. Like, you don't think there's kissing happening in kids' cartoons? Come on. Fucking Bugs Bunny used to kiss Elmer Fudd and them all the time. You know? Like, that's shit that fucking happens. No one is trying to turn kids get trans, you fucking dishonest sack of shit. True, Linda. Yeah, that's the point, Penny. Kids are exposed to kissing. Kids will see adults kissing on the street. Kids see their parents kiss. Kids are aware that kissing is a thing that fucking happens. Yeah, Peter. Birdo's awesome. Said when I was young that they were a couple. Very common thing. So, like, this idea that, oh, we have to protect our kids from seeing kisses. Fuck you. That's not fucking possible. You cannot protect your kids from seeing people kiss. Like, you're not going to see people, like, you're not going to stop kids from seeing people kissing because that's a thing that fucking happens in society. Andrea, because it doesn't have to. Lord Byron. Lord Byron. Shit, have I ever read any of Lord Byron's shit? I honestly don't know if I've ever actually read any of Lord Byron's work, come to think of it. Good question, Coffee. Yeah. Fuck you, Laura. Groomer. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you, piece of shit. Coleridge and Wordsworth. I mean, I've probably read like a few poems by them, but I have no memory of anything, of any of it. Like, honestly, calling me a groomer? Fuck you. Laura called me a groomer, and fuck you. Fuck that shit. Fuck that noise. Like people have been throwing that allegation at queer people and allies for decades. Fuck you. Fuck anyone who accuses queer people of being groomers. Fuck that shit. Nothing much, Kira. I'm an ally and I'm going to be queer. What vegetables do you recommend for chronic pain? That's an interesting question. I'm aspiring queer situation for right now. I am like I currently consider myself aspiring queer. Ranger, I don't think I did see it. Give me a second. Not sure how far back your message is, Ranger, but I'm not seeing it. Sunny? Nah, because that's a nickname. That's like that nickname is not related to gender, so I'll be fine with that. I do cotton candy, but feelings are complicated. Indeed, Kitty. No, I'm not going to date men. No. That's generally correct, Mencius, but feelings are complicated. So pronouns are stupid. Pronouns are a basic aspect of fucking language, you dumbass. He is a pronoun. She is a pronoun. Like it's pronouns are a basic pronouns are one of the building blocks of language, of grammar. Aspiring clown. Yeah, the one fucking joke that transphobes have. Fuck off, Eric. Fuck off, Panic. Zizan. Only because I find Zsem to be um to be linguistically awkward. Like I'm not a fan of that one just because, like I said, it does strike me as being somewhat linguistically awkward. Victoria? I mean, I'm attracted to women. My title is Disney. Is it? Yeah, I mean, if somebody does want to be referred to as with Z, Sam pronouns, then sure. But I don't know. Produce by reading stuff. Yeah, Matthias. I mean, Nikki, I mean, just for the most part, you don't really need to change your views. You just, if you meet somebody, who wants to be referred to with specific pronouns, you use those pronouns. It's just kind of basic respect. It's just, you're not blocked, Freedom. Like, I mean, that's sort of like, make basic respect part of your worldview. Why is basic respect not part of your stance, Icky? Would be my question. Like, why is just treating somebody with basic respect, referring to somebody the way they want to be talked about, not part of your basic worldview? Oh shit, where are you going, Ghoul? That rarely happens. It's rare that somebody will, like, it's rare for a trans person to freak out at the wrong pronouns. And usually when it happens, quite honestly, it's just straw that breaks the camel's back. It's one of those things where it's just like, it happens often enough, they're in a bad mood, and it's just like they just can't deal with it happening again. Like, it's just a bad day and they just snap. And because that shit happens. Yeah, King of the North, of course I would. Vicky, why can't they respect? Because your stance is denying people's identities. It's a shitty stance you've got. Yes, Kira. Christian is a bad person. Well, no, transition does not treat mental illness because mental illness and gender identity are different. A lot of trans people still suffer with. I would not say Chris John is the fake trans person because I don't know Chris John's personality. But yeah, what was I going to say? Right. So a big part of why so many trans people continue to suffer with depression and other mental illness is because they are still treated like shit by society. They've got people denying that they are who they say they are. They absolutely are, Kiva. Because, like, I don't know, Andrea. Ask a psychologist that one. But childhood trauma can cause depression. Absolutely, it can. But like, I'm not going to show your comment ratio, so fuck off. I mean, it varies, Kiva. It's it's different for everybody. But like, look at how many being a trans woman, people are always like, you'll never be a woman, you're not a woman, you're a man, you're a male. It's a constant thing where there's this large group of people who will just continually call you a man. If you're a trans man, people will continually call you a woman. Jordan fucking Peterson, remember earlier this year, Jordan Peterson refused to acknowledge that Elliot Page is Elliot Page, that he is a man. Like, this is a guy with a huge fucking platform. Jordan Peterson's got a huge platform. And he used that platform to attack trans men as a group by targeting Elliot Page specifically. Huge platform. And Jordan Peterson and all his fucking followers, all his fucking fanboys, all his fucking cultists backed him up on it. None of them were sitting there like, Jordan, no, that's a shitty thing to say, Jordan. No, there was nobody like, Jordan, I'm a fan of you. I really enjoy your books. I really appreciate the philosophy, and I appreciate what you've done for me. But this is but you're wrong on this issue. None of Jordan Peterson's asshole cultists went that route. Every fucking one of them, like basically all of them, were like, yeah, he's right. No, he did fence. Jordan Peterson attacked Elliot Page. He attacked trans men as a group. He attacked doctors who perform gender affirming surgery. Huge, huge platform. And he used it to shit on trans people. So, like, yeah, what a shock that trans people still end up having mental health issues when there's when these people with huge platforms continually shit on them. Hey, J-Dot. J.K. Rowling just wrote an editorial where she declared that trans women do not deserve the right to be presumed innocent. That's not an exaggeration. That's literally what she said. That is damn near a direct quote. He was West Coast last. He got a Twitter ban for that one because yeah, that is hate speech that he engaged in. It is AM. He was talking, or she was talking about like I don't remember the exact wording, but it was that why should trans women be given the presumption of innocence, which is like basis of Western fucking law. How's like presumed innocent of being sexual predators? Like she was arguing that they don't deserve the presumption of innocence for not being sexual predators. A key part of her editorial is that it is right and fair and just to operate under the assumption that any trans woman is a potential sexual predator. That is J.K. Rowling's position. That people should assume that any given trans woman is a potential sexual predator. They're not all sexual predators. No, of course. I would never say that they're all sexual predators. No feminist I know would ever say trans women are all sexual predators. We're just saying that we should assume that anyone is a potential sexual predator. How can I be transphobic for saying that? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's just trans people are under constant assault. So yeah, of course they still have mental health issues. Of course they still have high suicide rates. Sunny D. I mean, Harry Potter did have love spells, didn't it? Like didn't Harry Potter have what were effectively rape drugs? Yeah. Yeah, and do you think that trans women aren't suffering those same things, AM? I'll tell you what, AM. Trans women aren't making the dollar. Trans women are not making that full dollar. They're making the 70 odd cents. Your mom says you're a cat. Yeah, fuck you, victim blaming sack of shit. Right, that's the point, freedom. What is it? 70. What's it at? 72 cents? Women on average make 72 cents for every dollar a man makes. I mean, I would disagree with that, Kermond. I think that they are probably that strikes me as being not a particularly great philosophy that they have, like regarding arguing that trans people were victims in previous lives. I don't think that they're right. I don't think the ones who say that are right about that. But anyway, yeah. Anyone know the exact number? Is it 72 cents, 73 cents to the dollar? Like women make 72 or 73 cents for every dollar a man makes. Anyone remember the exact number? How much do I make? Nothing. I make jack shit right now. Make $300. Worse for women? Absolutely, it is absolutely worse for women of color. My wristband, it says the hummingbird simply must work harder in the rain. Also, they get maternity leave. Yep, in a lot of places. On a related note, Freedom, a lot of places don't offer paternity leave, which actually 80 is it up to 80 cents now, Jenna? It's gone up to 80 cents. Hurrah! But yeah, uh, yeah. My point is like, you know, when you're looking at women make 80 cents for every dollar that a man makes, trans women aren't making the dollar. What is paternity leave? It's same as maternity leave, but for men. It allows men to take time off from work to take care of a child. Some places it is getting slightly more common. There are slightly more places that are offering paternity leave, but it's still very rare. Most places um, still don't offer paternity leave, which is still playing into misogyny. 83 cents. Okay. Freedom. I mean, you do. It's very few places. Like I said, it's very few jobs offer it. Um, there are a few, but it's still very uncommon. Solution. Absolutely. Unionization. Absolutely. Mencius. I am absolutely pro union. I got paternity leave. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Jenna. I thought it was still lower. So like tell you yes and no. Because raised a man is sort of it's complicated language. Like that is a complicated language to use, Tally. Because yes, but most of them still, even as kids, identified as women. So they were still exposed to the same cultural treatments of cultural attitudes towards women. So it's a complicated thing. Canada, a lot of companies do now. Yeah, it is becoming a little bit more common. Hey, Pink Pony. Give me a second here. I just got to go check something here real quick. All right, just wanted to go check something real quick. I don't remember what I was talking about before. Whatever. Thanks, Brooke. I think it's great men get absolutely freedom. They should. Like paternity leave should be a matter of course. Like it really should. Like it really should be a matter of course. The reason it's not is misogyny. And the thing is, it's something. It's a problem that does affect men because a lot of men, there are a lot of guys who would absolutely appreciate an opportunity to get some time off to spend with their kid, to spend with their newborn kid instead of having to work all day. They're absolutely. I did not say that, Candy. Victoria, still rare. People still like detransition is still rare. And of people who detransition, uh, surveys have shown that the majority of detransitioners do so because of social pressures. Soviet Union gave equal maternity and paternity leave. Absolutely, Scotty. Like that's the problem I have with like men's rights activists. Um, because yeah, the reality is there are issues that affect men. It's true. There are. Um, I care about people, produce. I think people deserve to have shit. Um, but yeah, like the issue I have with like men's rights activists is there are things that do affect men. There are issues that do affect men. But these guys, men's rights activists, blame women for it. And the reality is, the shit that affects men is mostly products of misogyny. High suicide rates, men. Yep, absolutely. Men have high suicide rates. That's a serious problem. Um, there are things like lack of paternity leave. Um, what, but yeah, I mean, it's just men have high suicide rates because men are raised to be masculine, manly. Gotta be manly. Men don't talk about their feelings. Men don't talk about their feelings. That's not a manly thing to do. So men don't talk about their feelings. Men can be more impulsive. There is that as well, Larson. And I think men are more likely to use guns for committing suicide. Um, so that definitely factors in as well. Um, women are going to use things that if caught in time, they can still be saved, while men are just going to put a gun to their head. So it's yeah, women exactly am, and you can pump their stomach. So it's one of those things where different strategies plays into uh, the rates of successful suicides. But like part of why men have higher suicide rates is because they're not expected to talk about their feelings. They're not expected to talk about their feelings because that's seen as a feminine thing to do. And men have to not be feminine. Men have to be masculine. They can't be feminine. So it's um sure I am. Hey Leah. So again, it's misogyny that hurts men. Men like misogyny does hurt men, and I wish that men's rights activists were capable of understanding that rather than just blaming women for all their problems. Hey, Amber. I'm aware, alien. Or child custody hearings. There's a big thing that the MRA types complain about is how rarely men win in child custody hearings. And again, that part of that comes down to the idea that women are supposed to raise kids. It's not that the system is weighted against men, it's that the system has specific misogynistic attitudes built into it that end up hurting men as well. My honest opinion on incels that blame them, that they're idiots. Like my issue, that's the thing. I like incels are idiots. I could never have been an incel. Like I never could have been an incel because I didn't have the confidence for it. I disliked myself too much to have ever been an incel because I would not blame women for not wanting to sleep with me. You know, for me, it was like, well, of course they're not sleeping with me. What do I have to offer them? Shucks. Fair enough. I mean, it's not something that I've ever really done much research on. I do know that it's a Blair White. Only vaguely. I've heard of Blair White. I don't really know much about her. But the thing is, Kermit, incels do think that they are owed women, that they are owed sex. So there's absolutely a degree of arrogance to incels. Uh, Federica, you didn't miss much, really. Bye, Chantel. I'll be done here, and I might come bug you soon. Exactly, shucks. Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm a nice guy. Why won't women have sex with me? I'm a nice guy. That means women should be having sex with me because I'm a nice guy. Not even a fucking thing, Kermit. That's not actually a fucking thing, Kermit. Yeah, shucks. That's exactly. I don't really get it. It's there's an arrogance to them. Oh, hey, Nisi. Yeah, Chantel is in the house. Yes. Keep going. I mean, it's 2 hours 20 minutes. It's about time for me to past time for me to end the live anyway. Right situation. They're entitled is exactly right. They feel entitled. Um, Sleeping pills. I think I did try them, and they didn't really do anything. Indeed it is, Tally. Celibate. Sort of, Aaron, just... Red pill? No, I haven't. Katie Ann, I don't really care. Read a scary story for next video? Yeah. Could always read My Immortal. That's a scary one, right? Actually, I think the next thing I am actually going to read this. Came out like a year ago, and I never actually got around to reading it. In the meantime, I finished reading this. I'll have a video up on this book tomorrow. Early Chinese Empire, Qin and Han. So I'll have that up tomorrow. I do not produce. I actually don't bite my nails. It's like it is a short. It's a short graphic. It's a short comic, yes. But one of my favorite creators. Never read The Exorcist, no. Anyway, yeah, I am actually going to end the live here. Like I said, I have gone shucks. I do want to, but the problem is I do still have 39 more Mass Effect 3 videos to get through. Shucks, I've got it's gonna be sometime in the new year. Like it's gonna be in 2023 before I actually start. I have recorded the first 2 episodes of Final Fantasy. I actually have recorded the first 2 episodes of it. So I'm looking forward to getting around to those games. But yeah, Mass Effect 3, it's a long game. 39 more episodes, and some of those are like 2 hours long. So some of them are pretty long episodes too. If I split them up more, jeez. Anywho's it. So yeah, I am going to end the episode here. So thanks, Leo. So yeah, I'll be back on Saturday. I'll be back on Saturday for another gaming stream. But for now, thanks for coming, and good night.